So here we are, Harleman TT 2025 is upon us, and this is the Thursday, and the first practice starts on the Monday, and the weather's just started to turn a bit. It's been glorious for a month and I can just see it changing. So I'm overlooking Douglas Bay here, a couple of boats around, there you go, and behind me is a statue of a TT legend, and it's called Steve Hislop. Now Steve had 11 TT wins, and his nickname was Hizzy, and he had many battles with the great Carl Fogarty as well, another TT legend, and these two went head to head on many a times, and Steve come on top quite a few times. He was an absolute legend, and unfortunately he lost his life in a helicopter crash in 2003 in Scotland, and he was only 41, so it's a bit of a shame. But Izzy was a fine rider in his day. So we're going to crack on now, and let's see the sights and the sounds of 2025 TT with a few pints involved. Right, cheers folks. So the first pub we're going to go in is the famous Creg Bar just behind me, and it's one of the most iconic pubs on the TT course. Now we've just started to close the roads up here. This is a couple of days just before the first practice, and now the mountain section is going to be one way for the next 2 weeks. So let's get in the pub and go and have a quick slurp before it gets too busy. Cheers. Coach House Brewery, Farriers Best Bitter, 3.9%. So here I am, first pint, and we're in the balcony area of the Creg Bar, which overlooks of course the mountain section coming down from Kate's Cottage up there, and it's got all the photographs and memorabilia up here. I'll just take a quick look round here, outside on the balcony, and we'll come back to the pint. So this room upstairs overlooks the famous TT course, and it's full of memorabilia, pictures, photographs, and it's also got an extra bar downstairs for functions, and it's a great place to watch the racing. Now if I take you outside, this is the balcony area, and it's coming down there about 160 odd miles an hour, the bikes, and then they come round the corner at the Creg Bar down towards Brandish and Hilbury, and they're flying down here. It's a great place to watch it with a pint in your hand. Yeah, can't go wrong here. So here we are on the top balcony. What a great little view that is. I think there's a little bit of a charge, but it's well worth coming up here. And yeah, this originally built in 1885. It was called a Keppelgate Inn or Keppelgate Hotel, and it's been called Creg Bar for years, and it's more of a restauranty pub now, but it's still a pub at the end of the day. And you can sit over there, there's stands over there, there's hedging where you can just sit on the hedging or just behind it because keep safety. And it's a beer tent at the back opening next week. That should be ace. So it's a really good spot for the TT. It's 34 miles in to the 37.75 mile course. So and it's just coming down off a mountain. It come down about 160 miles an hour and goes down towards Hilbury. The lap record was actually by Peter Hickman in 2023. He did the lap in 16 minutes and 36 seconds with an average speed of just over 136 miles an hour. That's fantastic, isn't it? And he'll be one of the top ones to look out for this year, along with Michael Dunlop and David Tobb, who's an up-and-coming star who won 2 Ts last year, and I dare say Dean Harrison will be chomping on their heels because he's a superb rider as well. So it's going to be a really good TT this year, and I can't wait. So downstairs it's a good bar. It's only got one cascale on, I'm afraid, but that's the way it is. And this is from the Coach House Brewery in Warrington, and this took over the old Greenhall Whitney Brewery, what closed down just before. But the terrible beers coming out of Greenhalls. The Coach House is very decent. 1991 it was opened, and this is called Farriers Best Bitter, and it's 3.7%, and floral, sweet aroma. Let's give it a slurp. It's about like a amber ale type thing. Let's go for it. That's not bad. It's got a little maltiness there. More floral. It's not got a real bitter finish. I don't know if you can call it a bitter or not. It's just an amber ale for me. Very, very decent. Floral, little fruit notes, bit of a malty taste, but it's fine. It's sessionable, and to watch the racing, you'd be happy drinking that. Anyway, I was in here having a meal the other day, and the waiter just nudged past me, and he just flicked the back of my ear with his little finger there like that, and then he went past again, and he just touched the back of my elbow with his little finger, and then later on, he just got his little knuckle and rubbed it on the back of my hand like that. Now that's the difference between a good restaurant and a great restaurant. It's just those little touches. It really is. Yeah. So anyway, this is the Creg bar. This is our first pub, the TT. Now we need to crack on with some good weather and some good racing. Right, let's go. Cheers. Steady enough. So we're going to go to the Rovers Return in Douglas, a pub been associated with the TT for a long time now, and on the right there is a mural of the great Joey Dunlop, who held the record for 26 TT wins outright. Until last year, his nephew Michael Dunlop broke the record and now holds 29 TT wins, with more to come I expect from this year. So this mural of Michael Dunlop was done recently by the great local artist James Duggan. What a talent he is. And he also did the one of Joey on the right hand side about 5 years ago. So the Rovers returning anytime, we'll be opening, so let's get in for a pint. Cheers. So here we are in the Rovers Return. I'm looking forward to a pint. We've got a great choice. We've got Bushy's 59 ton up ale, we've got Bushy's bitter, we've got Piston Brew, oyster stout and shuttleless snap. And my mate here, Ali, best barman going, is going to pour me a pint of Piston Brew, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
And see, because if they move with each bar, release all the oxygen.
Now I'm going to pay for that with me Manx pound notes. Look at this. £3.30 for a pint of Piston Brew, 4.5%. It's not bad, is it, eh? It's alright. Right, cheers Ali, £3.30.
Cheers Dave.
Use me Manx pound notes. Marvellous, not a bad price. Good line up there. It is TT week, so you need a good line up. Bushy's Brewery, Piston Brew, 4.5%. So here we are in the Rovers Return. So I'm just outside, and this is a mural of Michael Dunlop. It's fantastic, isn't it? And his uncle there, Joey, and he holds the record for TT wins now. He took over from his uncle last year, Joey, who used to have 26 TT wins. So yeah, he's the last in line of the Dunlop dynasty. His dad lost his life in 2008, Roberts. He had 5 TT wins. His brother, William, lost his life, I think, in 2018. And Joey, of course, in the year 2000, 25 years ago, he lost his life in Estonia, all in motorbike accidents, races. So anyway, I've got a pint of Piston Brew, good old classic Bushy's beer during TT. It's a 4.5% brown ale type beer. It's like a mahogany colour. It's got a lovely nutty sweet nose. Let's give it a slurp. It's superb. One of the best beers to come out of Bushy's Brewery. Lovely, slightly sweet, nutty. It's got a lovely malt. Really lingers to the end, and the flavour just goes on, and you want to go back for more. It's really good. Excellent, excellent pint, excellent artwork, and excellent pub. Right, let's crack on with the racing. Cheers. Brains Brewery TT Bitter, 3.7%. So sometimes it's good getting away from all the hustle and bustle of the TT, the bikes and the crowds and the plastic pints, and come to a pub on the other side of the island. I'm in Peel. I've just been for a swim and it's only 9:20 this morning. I've had my swim, so I thought I'd treat myself to a pint, and I've come to the Creg, a pub what I've featured a couple of times in the old videos, and it opens at 9:30 in the morning, booked a little bit earlier today, and they've got all day breakfast on there. It's a really good pub on the quayside in Peel, and it's great views, you know. We've got all the castle over there and the harbour and the hills, really good, and yeah, nice, just a bit of peace and quiet. So I've got a beer here from the Brains Brewery. Now it's a bitter. Now whoever's done the marketing on this is fantastic, because they've emphasised the 2 T's on bitter to make TT. So when somebody comes in the pub, they go, oh, it's a TT beer, oh, fantastic. So all it is Brains Bitter at 3.7%. And I'm saying about getting away from the hustle and bustle. I've got the bloody wagons turn up everywhere, the bloody beer delivery. Yeah, so it's Brains beer, and the popular ones are Brains SA, the Dark and the Reverend James, which originally was brewed by the old Buckley's Brewery, and it gets overshadowed as this one by them 3 beers. And Brains are from Cardiff, and it was established in 1882. So it's a golden colour beer, golden amber. That's got a lovely little hoppy aroma. It's nothing, a bit floral, nothing major, similar to that beer I had in the Creg bar, I think. So let's give it a slurp. That's a much better beer than the Farriers they had. It's got more malt about it. It's got a little honey taste at the end and a nice finish on it. It's pleasant. It's not dead bittery, but it's a pleasant beer, and I think I'd have this over the Coach Out Farriers one. Yeah, that's nice enough, isn't it? Yes, not bad. Light to medium body, not bad at all. Anyway, I was sitting here the other day, and a German biker came up, and he had a beautiful bike with a sidecar. Sidecar was lovely, but on the side of it, it had a lump of meat. That's what I said to the German. I said, why have you got a lump of meat on your sidecar? He goes, oh, that's me spare wheel. Blimey. Anyway, get worse, don't they? So this is the Creg, a fine pub on the quayside in Peel. Yeah, I like coming down here, and I like going to the Peveril down there, and it's really nice overlooking the hills, the harbour and the castle. So not a bad spot at all to get away from it all. So, but it will be busy in about an hour's time, because you get all the bikers turning up for the breakfast soon. So that's partly why I did it now, because one of the most difficult things about TT is filming because of the noise. Right, let's move on, and let's see some more action. Cheers.